Something amazing is blooming inside Atlanta Botanical Garden right now, but it doesn't require water or sun to grow. Origami in the Garden is a new exhibition opening to the public this Saturday, but we get a first look. I feel like we're the VIPs along with Paul this morning. Goodness, Paul Milliken is live at Atlanta Botanical Garden. And is that my Mother's Day bouquet that I see on
It really is.
Right,
you know, Elise, Edie, I wanted to give you flowers. I wanted to give you your flowers on live TV.
Aww.
So here you go, the largest bouquet I could find at Atlanta Botanical Garden. Isn't that spectacular?
It is.
Now that we've got the sun, thank goodness the rain has moved out of the way. It looks beautiful. And this is just one of nearly 70 pieces now on display at Atlanta Botanical Garden. Actually opens to the public on Saturday, so you are getting the first look. This is called Origami in the Garden, and it all starts like this. I mean, we all remember doing origami. You probably did it in school, or maybe it's a hobby of yours now. Well, artist Kevin Box has taken this and turned it into that. And Kevin Box is with us this morning, as is the president of Atlanta Botanical Garden, our good friend Mary Pat Matheson. This is a match made in heaven. It feels like your art is so perfect to be here, and you really wanted to be in Atlanta Botanical Garden, right?
Absolutely. I spent summers here growing up as a kid, visiting the garden and seeing some of the exhibits, and it's certainly part of what sowed the seed of this concept of doing a large-scale exhibition with my work. And Mary Pat was really generous enough to invite me to do some proposals, and here we are 3 years later.
And so what's great is that over that 3 years, you were able to design pieces specific to this garden. So, for example, this bouquet, you knew you wanted it in the middle of this reflecting pond, right?
Yeah, this site in particular is a very special and unique place to this garden. So all the pieces were designed site-specific.
Yeah, I know people ask you this all the time, but looking at that, it looks so impossibly complex. I mean, how long did that take to put together and get installed?
Well, 3 years to make it, design it, engineer it,
Yeah.
and develop it. And then I think we brought it in off the trucks, and it took about a day to move things in and get it all put together.
Wow. And to see it now in the way that it's reflecting in the water, what do you think when you see it all done and here in Atlanta?
Well, it's a gift that keeps on giving, you know, and I think that's the meaning of a bouquet. Why do we give flowers? What does it feel like to receive them? And there's more to it in the reflection. If a breeze comes by, 75% of the flowers actually move. So there's a kinetic component that comes and goes, but it's something special to see.
Yeah, I should ask Mary Pat that question. How do you feel standing here looking at this? It was a long time to get it here.
Well, doesn't every woman want a big bouquet in their life?
Well, it is Mother's Day weekend coming up, right?
Absolutely. This is Atlanta's new bouquet.
Yeah.
But how often does a piece of beautiful art stand up to our wonderful city skyline?
Right.
And this is in the Skyline Garden, and Kevin made sure it could stand up to the city skyline. It's just spectacular.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it moves. It's kinetic.
And so special for Atlanta because, again, so much of what you'll see here was created specifically for us.
It was. Kevin and I talked, I don't know, maybe a decade ago about one day doing a show here.
Wow.
And because the Atlanta Botanical Garden does so many large-scale art exhibits, Kevin took seriously the idea that it had to be scaled up, had to be super creative, cutting edge. And as you said earlier, we're changing the face of art in America. And we're doing it right here in Atlanta. So it's just fantastic.
Amazing.
I say
And
congrats.
seriously, it is spectacular to walk through and look at. And really quickly, great time to visit the garden anyway. It's spring.
You know, spring has been good to us this year.
Yeah.
The azaleas are still blooming. Now they're starting to end. But it has been a spectacular spring, and it is beautiful today in the garden.
Yeah, well, I am inspired. I am very inspired. Kevin Box, I'm inspired by you, by this. I want to make one of these. Do you think that it's possible?
You can do it.
You really think so?
You can do it. You can do it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Step 14 folds, we're going to transform a blank sheet into something.
Okay, well, we've got our papers over here, so we're just going to start this, Elise, and when we come back in the next hour, we're going to show you if I am able to complete this beautiful peace crane, which, by the way, pull on the tail and it kind of flaps. It's hard to do it with a microphone in my hand, but it moves. It's beautiful. So, all right, so you're starting.
First
we are
fold.
starting. One
Fold it in half.
Okay.
Get your fractions.
Oh, there's math involved?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, then, I don't know how this is going to all end. All right, the first fold has happened, Elise. We will see you coming up in just about an hour, and hopefully this is going to look like this, or maybe this is going to turn into that. I'm going to make that this morning. How about that?
Wow. Okay, you better simmer down out there. I don't know about all that. I will say, does this not take you back a little bit, though, Paul, from like when we used to do this? And this is cool.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I know, really. And the fact that you can take something that's so simple and turn it into something that's so beautiful.
Love it. Can't wait to see what you create. We'll find out in the 10. Paul,
All
thank
right.
you.
Oh, you're getting ahead of me, Kevin. All right.
Origami in the Garden runs Saturday, May 7th through October 16th at the Atlanta Botanical Garden. The garden is located at 1345 Piedmont Avenue in Atlanta. Exhibition is included with the price of admission. You know what? This would be the perfect Mother's Day activity, and the weather's going to be nice. This is an idea. You can find more information under the Good Day section of fox5atlanta.com.